Directly after turning on the osmometer, it shows you for some seconds the currently installed firmware version and then switches to the measurement menu. From here you can easily go to the Calibrate T menu by just pressing once the up button. In this menu, the thermistor of the measuring head is calibrated to the respective osmometer. This calibration is necessary only when the osmometer is used for the first time after delivery and when a broken measuring head was replaced by a new one. So to calibrate the thermistor, you have to fill a sample tube with 150 microliter of distilled water. Then plug the sample tube on the measuring head and place it into the cooling cavity. Please note that the feet of the measuring head do not have to rest on the device. Press the start button and wait until the measurement is finished. When the display shows that the calibration was successful, please confirm the calibration by pressing once the start button. Now that the calibration of the thermistor is done, you can proceed with the normal calibration which is needed for your measurements. Go to the Calibrate menu using the up and down buttons. Now press it to the right button to select the first calibration point. Press the up button to set the calibration point to 0. To get reliable results, it is essential that you use for this calibration the same volume that you are later using for your samples. You can choose freely between 50 and 150 microliters. To calibrate the first point, you have to fill a new sample tube with distilled water and proceed as for the previous calibration. When the sample tube is placed into the cooling cavity, press the start button and wait until the calibration process is finished. Confirm the calibration by pressing the start button once. To set the second calibration point, you have to do the same procedure again, but now selecting the second entry of the display. Choose it with the to the right button and then select the respective osmolality you want to calibrate. In our example, this is 400 milliosmol per kilogram. Use the respective osmolality standard and fill the sample tube with the same volume as used in the previous calibration step. After the calibration is finished, press again the start button to confirm the calibration. Repeating this process, you can also set a third calibration point. After you calibrated the osmometer, you can start to analyze your samples. For this, please use the up or down button to go to the measurement menu. Now you can fill a new sample tube with the correct volume of sample and start the measurement after the tube is placed into the cooling cavity. After a successful measurement, the osmometer will display the sample's osmolality. Note that before you proceed with the next measurement, you have to wait until the sample is completely thawed. This is indicated by the next sample message that pops up when the device is ready again. After the next sample message is displayed, you can remove the sample tube without any risk, clean the thermistor and then proceed with the next measurement. Apart from the calibration and the measurement menu, there are additional screens available that can be useful while working with the osmometer. In the output menu, for example, you can choose the output signal depending on if you use a printer or a computer to record your results. In the cool menu, you can change the freezing temperature as well as the freezing limit. Both parameters can be adapted to optimize the freezing process for your samples.